welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn how to quickly and easily make no content books like notebooks and journals completely for free, then this is the video for you. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Caroline and I make videos to help you master your mindset and make money online so that you can build a life you love. If you do enjoy watching videos like this, please take a moment to subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you who does take that couple of seconds to click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell so that you do get a notification whenever I upload a new video just like this. Today, I do want to show you how you can make no content books like notebooks, like journals for free, because maybe you're new to no and low content self-publishing and don't have the budget to invest in professional graphic design software like Adobe Photoshop, like Adobe Illustrator and InDesign. Or maybe you aren't even sure if you want to do low content book publishing long term and just want to dip your toe in, so to speak, in the low content book publishing pond. And so using free software to start with is a really good place to begin and see if this business is actually for you.
In this video, I'm going to be using Canva to show you how to create a notebook or journal. And the reason I'm using Canva today is because it has quite a lot of inbuilt features like stock images and fonts that are going to be really useful. So you don't have to go off and collect images and fonts from all different websites and from different places. They are all located within Canva. If you haven't already, go and create an account for Canva. Canva is free to join and you do get some images and fonts to use as part of the free membership. They also have a pro version and you can consider upgrading to this membership if you do want to get access to more images and more fonts, or if you want some more specialized kind of features, things like having transparent background in your images. But for now, the free version is sufficient. So I am now logged into my own Canva account, and to create your notebook or your journal within Canva, you are going to have to create two documents. So you have to create one document, which is the cover, and a second document, which is the interior. And I'm going to start with creating the interior. So for this interior, I am going to simply make a lined interior for a notebook. I'm going to create a 6 by 9 inch notebook, which is a fairly common size for a notebook. And in this case, I'm going to create a notebook where the lines go right to the edge of the page. So this is where you'll need to add bleed to your interior margins. So a book where the lines don't go to the edge of the page and there is some white space between the line and the edge of the page, that has no bleed. And a book where the lines go right to the edge of the page has bleed. So when you create a book where the lines go right to the edge of the page and therefore has bleed, you do need to add some extra dimensions added to the margin. And if you're a little confused still about my explanation of bleed and no bleed, you'll see in a second once I start creating the interior what I mean when I say the lines go right to the edge of the pages. So basically, to account for bleed, we need to add 0.125 of an inch to the top, the bottom and the outside margins. Now that information is available on the Amazon KDP resource website if you need to find out more information about that. So we're going to create a custom sized 6.125 inch by 9.250 inch document. Now the simplest way that I know how to create lines in Canva is just to add some body text. So because we want the line to go right to the edge of the page, I'm extending the text box out. And then I'm basically just creating lines by using my Shift key and the underline button on my keyboard. Now, it's okay that it's gone off the page. This is what I mean by a line going right from the edge of the page. So from one edge of the page to the other, there is no space between this line and the end of the page. So that's where your line is bleeding off the page. And that's why we add those extra margins. Now, notebooks generally don't have dark black lines in them. They're usually a little bit lighter. So we'll adjust the color to a bit of a lighter gray. Now I'm reducing the size of the line by adjusting the font size because I own a lot of notebooks and they're generally formatted pretty much the same. So I went through quite a few of my notebooks and counted how many lines in general or on average are on a 6x9 notebook page. And the ones that I counted had about 23 to 25 lines. So I'm going to try and fit 23 lines on this page. So let's just see if I can get that right. Now all I'm doing here is clicking and selecting them all at once and then copy and pasting, so I don't have to keep doing one line at a time. Let me just count how many we've got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 23, 24. So they're a little bit smaller. The lines have a little bit of a smaller gap in between each of them than the notebook that I looked at of my own that I own, but that's fine. 25 lines is completely fine and totally normal, but obviously if you want less lines or more lines in your notebook, you just adjust the font size here, which creates a smaller space between each line. Okay, so there we have our first page in our notebook, our lined notebook. It's as simple as that. And so now we need to create the remaining 120, 119 pages that are going to go into this interior. Now, on the free version of Canva, you can only create documents with up to 100 pages in them. So if your notebook is only going to be 100 pages, that is fine. If you do want to create something with more than 100 pages, 120, like I'm going to do now, or more, then there are two ways that you can do it. The free way, which I'm going to show you now, or obviously if you upgrade to the pro version of Canva, you'll be able to create bigger documents. But on the free version, what we basically do is we just basically duplicate the page. So I'm going to duplicate this page until we get to 20 pages. So there we have the first 20 pages in our notebook. So I am going to download this part of it. We want it as a high quality PDF because Amazon KDP do have guidelines, or not even guidelines, they're rules about how high the quality your document has to be. So you need to download it as a PDF print. Okay, so that's the first 20 pages done, and now we're going to make up the remaining 100 pages, and then we will merge them together to create one big document to be uploaded to Amazon. Now, obviously this is a little bit tedious and a bit boring to watch, so I will speed this up until I get to 100. Okay, so now we have 100, so we will have two documents, one of 20 pages, one of 100 pages. So I am just going to download this one as a PDF print as well. And I didn't rename the first 20 pages, but that's okay. And download. So now we will go off and merge those two together to create our one interior. Okay, so now we just need to find somewhere to merge our two PDFs. And so there are lots of free tools to do that. I just did a search for free PDF merge, and I'll just pick the first one because usually the first one's the most popular and it has a lot of votes that it's a good program to use. So I just selected the two PDFs that we created in Canva, and they are now uploading, and we just want to arrange and combine them. And there we've got a notebook interior with 120 pages. So that is the interior done. Simple as that. Took about 5 minutes. So now we need to create our cover. So we go back to Canva and we need to create a new document. But we need to know how big our cover needs to be. So the covers are a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more calculating of the dimensions for covers. They have margins, trim size, the actual cover size and things like that. So basically, as with everything, you can get it all from the Amazon KDP Resources website, and you can just go there and download a cover template, and that will make sure that we can create our cover the correct size. So all we do is select our trim size, which is basically the size of the book we're creating, which is a 6x9 inch. We have 120 white pages. Download the cover template. This is basically what the cover template looks like. Now, not only that, we also need to know for Canva what dimensions the cover actually needs to be, including all the trim size and margin size that needs to be added onto our cover template. And again, this is something that we can just download from the Amazon KDP website. It's called the Setup Calculator. So this here, the paperback file setup calculator, we just download that. It's an Excel file. And so what we do here is we enter what our book is going to be. So we're going to have black ink with white paper. It's going to be 6x9, but you obviously have the option to change that if your book is different. And our book is going to be 120 pages. It will give you the manuscript with no bleed, manuscript with bleed, and the cover. So in this case, we're trying to find out the cover dimensions. And this is how the dimensions of the cover need to be set up. We need to enter the total dimensions of the cover into Canva. So we need to go for the largest size here. So we want the cover height, 9.25 is the cover height, and we need the total cover width, so 12.52 inches. So that is the size that we need to make our template in Canva. So again, we go create a design, custom template, 12.52 inch by 9.25 inch, and we create a new design. And so this is where you can just start to get creative. If you are just creating a simple kind of notebook with some sort of patterned cover, nothing specific in terms of the niche, as in it's not going to target cat lovers or people who love sloths or unicorns or anything like that. Maybe you just want to make like a classy looking or elegant type of notebook. And so you can just search here for a pattern. You might not even know what you're looking for, but you can just search for a pattern, and then you can sort of drill down from here when you see what you like, and it gives you suggestions here. So if you decide that you do want to create a striped pattern, you can click on that and it will give you striped patterns and things like that. What you need to do is go through, if you're on the free account, which we are doing right now, you just need to look for the ones that say free. If they say pro, obviously that means you need to upgrade to the pro version of Canva, but you can just search through, see if something jumps out at you that you think would be a nice cover, unless of course you've got something specific in mind. So I like marble covers. They're very popular. They're really sort of on trend and in fashion and sell quite well on Amazon. And sometimes you just need to put them on and just see what they look like in larger size, because obviously it's hard to see on this small thumbnail what it might look like. You can always just add a few different patterns or images until you find one that you like, and then you can just delete the ones that you're not going to use. Now, personally, I like that one. So that's the one I'm going to use. It's kind of got a little bit of gold sort of fleck color in it, which can be quite nice, quite popular. And I just seem to like this side better for the side that's going to be the front. So basically this right hand side here is the front cover and this left hand side here is the back. And yeah, I just sort of like this for the front cover because you're going to have some text here and I don't want the text to get lost behind the pattern here, so that can go on the back cover. Now we head over here to text, and same with fonts as with images, there are some free and there are some paid. So you'll have to go through and find the ones that you like that fall under the free version of Canva. So you could even do something like this and just even use that as the name of your notebook if you are doing more of a journal or something like that. You don't have to name your notebooks all the time. And even though that these fonts have different types of fonts and text within them, you don't have to use the whole lot. So you could just say delete this and just use that part of it. You don't have to use every part of the text. One thing that you will want to do is just head over and upload your template here, because you want to make sure your text here isn't centered to the whole document. You want it centered to the white part of this page here, because that's going to be your front cover. And then you can just play around with the colors and see what works best on the background that you have. So you don't always have to create a notebook with basically a title of notebook. So if you wanted to create something a little bit more niche, the female entrepreneurial empowerment type of niche, where people like to call themselves boss babes or boss lady or something like that, these notebooks are quite popular. You could put boss babe like this on the front or something similar. This is just a quick idea off the top of my head. And then all I would do is just keep adding this little template back over the top just to see how it's looking, because you don't want it to be off center or out of alignment or too close to this side or too close to that side. And you could just add a cute little image if you really wanted to underneath, and then just match it to the color of the text. Make it really small. Just try and sort of line up where the center might be. And that could be a really cute kind of cover for, like I say, a female entrepreneur. You can leave it like that if you want to, or if you do also want to be able to have notebook on there as well, all we would do is add the word notebook. Generally, spine font I keep pretty simple. So we want to get the degree as 90 and then it's straight. And then we want to add this back on so that we can see where we need to position the font. So obviously it's really big at the moment. We need to make it a lot smaller because it needs to fit into this white space. So what I want to do is make the text box the length of the page and then center it. So that way the text is right in the middle of the spine. Of course, you can put it up here or down the bottom or wherever you want it to go. I generally like mine to go in the middle. And that way, when you set up your book in KDP, you can use Boss Babe Notebook as your title, because when you set your book up, your title has to be whatever is written on your cover or spine. So then we also need to download this one as a high quality PDF. And that's all done. So now you have two files. You've got your cover PDF file, you've got your interior PDF file, and that's where you upload into your KDP account when you're uploading your notebooks. And the great thing about it is now that you've got that interior created, you don't have to do that again. So now you can just create multiple notebook or journal covers if that's what you are wanting to do. If you're wanting to focus on notebooks or journals, now you can just go ahead and create covers until you're ready to move on to a different type of low content book, or until you feel like you have learnt enough about low content and no content self-publishing to decide whether you want to continue doing it or not. Or if you decide that you do want to advance a little bit more and move on to some more professional types of graphic design software like Photoshop or like Illustrator or anything like that, So using Canva is a really good start just to sort of see if you like it and see what your design skills are like.
So as you can see, you can easily create notebooks and journals for free in Canva. There are other free graphic design softwares and programs that you can use, but you will find Canva is most commonly used for beginners to no content book publishing, and for those who don't have the budget or don't want to spend that money on some of the more professional graphic design programs. And people love it because it does come with all those inbuilt features like the stock photos, like elements and fonts. If you would like to be able to save a little bit of time by creating interiors that are more than 100 pages without having to create multiple parts of the interior, then merging them all together, or if you do want access to more premium images and fonts through Canva, then you should really consider upgrading to the Pro version. There is a link in my description below for you to sign up to Canva if you don't already have an account with them and give it a try. You can also try the Pro membership of Canva for free for 30 days. Hopefully this video has given you the tools that you have been looking for to be able to create no content books like notebooks, like journals for free. If you did like this video and you would like me to keep making videos like this, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you do want to make sure you don't miss out on any more videos that I make like this, then don't forget to subscribe.